All right, so I'm gonna do a stand count. I'm just riding around. It's Wednesday. Somebody requested a stand count off of the P1222, the new variety from Pioneer, so I'm gonna do one of them. I'll probably do one off the 75 day too. I got all of my information printed off the computers for planting to turn in. It's clearly not raining now, but it's supposed to rain here like in an hour or two. Start raining the rest of the day, 90% chance anyway. So I am going to there's some of the 75 day corn. That's some of the last 75 day corn that I planted. I'm going to do a stand count on the 75 day and then a stand count on the new variety, and turn the paperwork in. And other than that, there's not much going on today. Like I said, it's supposed to rain again. We got everything shut up and locked up. Everything's pretty much done. Just gonna wait for all this rain to pass and give it a couple days to dry up, and then start dribbling some nitrogen on. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just kind of kick back, watching the rain, watching the corn grow. So, but I'll get out here and do a stand count on this 75 day. I haven't done one yet, so we'll see what it is. I planted this. What did I plant this at? Home farm. I have to look up what field that I'm going to do and what I planted it at. So let me figure all that out, and then we'll go out here and do a stand count on the 75 day. So, okay, so I'm going over my fields. It gives you all the data, you know, the fields, the rates that you put on, how fast you went, the date you planted, and your varieties. And then it's color coded, so it shows me when I planted, you know, I planted the 75 day there, and then the 83 day at the other, and then the 85 day. That's how I got planted. So it says on this right here, I planted 30, well, I had a tape measure, 34,000, I think, 34,000. I've been planting it like right around 34,000. So we'll see. As long as I'm close, that's all that matters to me. See how it all works out. I just walked out of pickup, so we'll see what it does. We'll start right here. This plant right here, that's a 16-foot tape measure. You gotta go 17 and a half, so we'll see how it goes. Let me get it marked off, and then there's my mark. I'll get it marked off, and then we'll do a count. All right, so this right here, that's a 16-foot mark. This is 17 and a half. And there is that, so we'll do a count. And I haven't counted, so it is what it is. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess I can count that one. It looks a little weak. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. So that is exactly 34,000 from mark to mark. So that's pretty good. And as you see, there's the mark. And then here's the 16, because the tape measure is only 16, and here's a foot and a half. So that's 17 and a half. So that's exactly 34,000. So in every row, pretty much looks like that. So that's pretty good. And that is the 75 day Pioneer corn. I planted it at 32,000 last year, but every stalk had 2 ears on it. And you know, you had the one big ear, and then it had a decent second ear. So the Pioneer rep was out here, and he said, whenever you see the 2 ears, he said that means you got a lot of nutrients. You can actually go up in population, and that helps get rid of that double ear, and that other corn that you put in will get that ear, you know, get that one big ear. So that's what I did. I think that's why I bumped up the population. I did a lot in 32 this year on different corn, but I also did some fields with the 34,000. and it looks damn good. I mean, I know that, I mean, it's taller than the camera makes it look, but it's pretty. I mean, it's like that all the way. I'll go ahead and ride down here. But I mean, it's pretty corn all the way. So we will do here, I'll show you. Let me figure out the stand. Okay, let's see here. Kurt, field 2, I did 32,000. It averaged 32.45. So when we go over there to do the P1222, it should be around 32,000. So this is the 75 day, the 112 days over there. I'll go over there and we'll do a stand count on that one. And as you can see, I did it right with you. It's the first time I've done it. I didn't do it and then I didn't find that perfect row and do it. You saw it right with me. It was 34, just like the paperwork said. And where did it say that? Let's see, home field. As you can see, home field 1 is 34,001. So the damn planner is pretty damn accurate. I think that's pretty good. I'm just gonna drive up to the farm, but I'm coming the back way down the runway just to show you the more corn. This is more 75 day. I don't know how good the camera does. I got a busted lens on my phone. But it's pretty good damn corn. Pretty good looking corn. There's more 75 day. And there's 75 day over here too. Unchopped. There's another big field of 75 day and it goes back here. Just as good. That is 83 day Simplot. And I don't know if it's good or not. I mean, it looks like rest of corn, but it's not Liberty Link. I asked them for Liberty Link. I asked them for Liberty Link and it wasn't, so I couldn't spray. I had to spray Helix Air. And I actually had just a smidgen left in the planter because I didn't get the 2 bags of it. I had a smidgen left in the planter and I did plant that a little thicker. And when I went back and planted the 85 day, I just put the 85 day on top of it. I figured that was, I told them I wanted Liberty Link, it wasn't. So on one in row in the far, I'm glad I started in the far back. This is 90 some acre field and I started in the very far back. And I spray Liberty on everything that gets the beans put in it. So I went back and looked yesterday because I got thinking, I called them right before I got ready to spray that field and I said, is this Liberty Link? He was like, no. I was like, well, I told you I wanted Liberty Link because I didn't want to have to keep changing up the sprayer and accidentally killing something. I want everything Liberty Link, where we Helix and Liberty, you know, you can spray it on it. Any Pioneer does that. And the seed consultant, I made sure that was Liberty Link too. But that right there, they didn't give me Liberty Link, even though I requested it. So on the back farm, I got like an in-row from them seeds going in there about 100 yards where it killed that corn. I didn't realize that the corn's already up pretty tall. I mean, it's up halfway up your shin. So, you know, I'm not gonna replant. It's way in the back. The deer normally eat that part up anyway, but it is what it is now. So I'm gonna make sure I don't ever do that again. I made sure this year I didn't do it, but I kind of got screwed over by the salesman getting one thing when I asked for another thing. So it is what it is. That's why next year I'm just gonna stick, everything's gonna be, I'm gonna see how Seed Consultants does this year with the 2 varieties I got, because it is Liberty Link. See how good it is, but it does cost a little bit more than the Pioneer corn. I don't understand that, but it does. But I really just want to stick with Pioneer. I'm hoping that the P1222 does good. I know the 1506 does excellent, beautiful corn. So I'm definitely gonna stick with that. And if the P1222 does what I think it's going to do, even the way it looks now, I'm going to use that instead of the 1197. I think they made that number to kind of take over 1197 anyway. But it'll be 75 day, 112 day, 115 day is what I really want to do. So, but anyway, I'm up here at the farm. So as soon as I get done doing stuff like this, I will go do the count on 112 day. Okay, Jacola Farms requested a stand count on the P1222. So I'm gonna do a stand count. I'll show you this right here. Some pretty damn corn too. This is the new variety of Pioneer. I had to fight for it. They didn't have that much of it. So, and I actually planted this late, and look how it's already, I mean, it's up very good. So we'll go out here and do a stand count. This was 32,001 is what it said on the computer. So we'll see what it does. The only thing I hate about this field is where we put the manure. You can see the dark spot right there. It still came up through it, but there's some of it that didn't come up, and that irritates the shit out of me. So we'll just pick a random row. We'll do this row right here. So I'm doing everything right here with you guys, so it is what it is. So we'll start right here. I do have a spacing right there. So we'll do the count. It was 32,000. We'll see what it is. Get my tape out. Do it the same way because it's only a 16-foot tape. Come on, damn it. I actually bought a wheel. I forgot to throw it in the pickup. I'd rather have the measuring wheel. It's so much easier than this stupid tape. Okay, so there's 16 right here. I do got a couple gaps. That sucks. So this stand count is probably going to be a little weak. 16. And this is 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so there's the line. There's the line and there's the line. So let's go ahead and count and see what it does. So we got 1, 2, a gap and a gap. Oh, that really irritates me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Another gap. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So, without the gaps, that's how it was. Let me look at the, because I got the mark here. That row right there definitely has some gaps in it. They could have been the seed plate or something, but being I got the marks, let's go over and count. We'll do this row. Let me go mark it, see what that is. So there's 30 in that row. Here's the mark. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, gap, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, well, there's 34. So, let's do this row over here. Let me mark that. I'll go down here and mark this. God, I got a couple gaps in this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So, my average was what, 30? So my average on the computer was 32.001. So I've come up with 30, 34, and 32. So that's why my average is like that. So some of my rows, of course, remember when the planter broke down, I did have an issue with the brushes in there. And we switched the brushes out, and it seemed like my population held perfect. But it still averaged 32,000. That's what my goal was for the field, was 32,000. So the corn looks good. We'll see how it goes. It does irritate me, and you can see right here. It seems like the gap's consistent. So I don't know. I know when I come into a row, I'm playing 8th gear, and I got my line set for 7th gear, so I always kick her back right before I hit the line. So that could be where I'm changing speeds, and them seat plates are adjusting to my speed, because from there to right there is about the length of the tractor and the planter, so that could be why it does that. And then when I come out in 7th, and then when the planter finally goes through my line, and I kick her back up in 8th gear, and get planting again, maybe that shift in speed changes. Maybe that shift in the speed of the tractor, because in 7th gear it's 4.7, and in 8th gear it's 5.3, I think is what I plan in. So maybe that changes the speed of the disc. When you bump her up or you bump her down, it changes speed. So maybe that has something to do with it. So maybe I actually just learned something by coming out here and walking and looking at that distance, that maybe I just need to set my lines for 8th gear instead of 7th gear. I used to play in 7th gear, but I kind of bumped her up to 8th gear because I don't mind playing like 5.2, 5.3. I think 4.7, it just took me a long time to plant. With fuel prices, I just kind of like bumped her up another gear to get it done a little bit better. But maybe that's the distance where them gaps are. Maybe that's where I'm shifting down and up, coming in and coming out, and that's changing the disc speed. You have a delay in them or something. So I'll have to check that out. Maybe I'll just start doing it in 8th gear, coming in and coming out. That way it's, when I get out there, it's consistent down the roads. It's not changing. So, because I just left it my time on and time off for 4.7. I didn't change it when I went up another gear this year. I guess I could do that, but that's probably what I'll do next year. So, but anyway, it's still averaged 32,000. So, and that was my goal, 32,000 for the field. I got some rows a little high, some rows a little low, but as far as the corn looks, the new variety is really good. I mean, it looks good to me. I'm just hoping that it yields good. We'll see how it does, but I think it will. We'll see. It's pretty color, and I still have to go and put, dribble nitrogen on it. So it's gonna be good looking. Let's hope so. Anyway, I'm really, praying it does good. All right, I figure I might as well be fair with Seed Consultant to do a seed count here too. Seed stand, see what it does. So let me get out here and we'll do this too. All right, so we're gonna make our line here. We'll come down. Let me get this situated. Right here. So I guess I'll count that one. It's right even with the line. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. So 33. That's pretty good looking. I planted this 2 weeks before I planted that 75 day that we did the first stand count in. And the 75 day is just, God, it's so much taller. It's just crazy. And this is 85 day. I mean, it looks good, but you would think that it would just be be that much, you know, and this isn't heavy soil right here, so you would think it would be 10 times taller than that 75-day Pioneer, but it's just not. And even that 112 day I just came from, I planted that shit. Well, that was before I went across town and planted, so I planted that probably 3 weeks after I planted this. And it's already double the height, so that's the only thing that worries me about changing up different seed companies. I guess everybody's different, but you can see how the planter cuts off perfect. So everything's right around 32 to 34, and you know, you might have 133, but it's pretty consistent. I didn't look at the paperwork to see what I did this field, but I think I planted it at 32. So, but it's still pretty good looking corn. So we'll see how it does. We just wanted to try a different early thing just to see what it would do. I wanted the 80-day seed consultant corn, but people in New York and up north had bought it out already, so it must be pretty good. So that's why I had to get the 85-day. We're still planning on planting beans behind this anyway. So we'll just see when it comes off. I'm sure the 75-day is gonna, we'll see how it performs, I don't know. We'll see how it performs. I mean, it's pretty corn, it just doesn't have that, it just doesn't have the height, considering where I planted all the other corn at a later date, a lot later date. It just doesn't have that height like the others did, but I get a shot of nitrogen on it, we'll see, I don't know. We'll see, this might outperform everything, who knows, so we'll see how it does for early corn. Anyway, I hope it does good, but I think next year I'm just going to stick to 75-day everything. 75-day, 100, I'm hoping 112 does good. You know, 1197, that's a tough thing to beat, that does good, and that always does good, it seems like. And then the 115 day to 1506, I mean, that stuff, I mean, that was the first time I planted last year, and that stuff really smokes a lot of stuff. I mean, it does excellent. 90% of everything we got across town is, we got 111 day over there that I had left in the planter. I planted one farm, 52 acres of that. And then all the other farms over there are the 115 day. And you know, that's two good varieties across town on them farms. And when I sprayed them the other day, I mean, I didn't get video because we were rushing. I wanted to get everything sprayed and just be done with it, but they look, it's pretty corn. You know, it's coming up pretty anyway. So when it gets a little bit taller, we'll go over there and do stand counts on both of them varieties and see what they do. So, but as far as height, as late as I planted that 112-day corn, that Pioneer, and what it already looks like in the owner, we don't own that farm, we rent it from Mr. Kirk, and he just stopped after I got the stand can down. He stopped and talked to me, and he was just talking about how pretty it is. He was like, man, that is some pretty corn, and it is, it's pretty. But this 75-day is, I mean, that stuff is turning on big time. So, but anytime you get a landlord telling you how pretty the corn is, that makes you happy. So anyway, probably that's going to be the video today. I'm just doing a stand count just to show you how everything is. So, you know, I didn't do all the fields, but I did a lot of fields. So, show you how everything is anyway. You know, it's not perfect. You know, we don't have a $1 million planter, but considering this was 34 and the sheet said 34, I planted 32, and I had some rows at 32, one at 33, one at 34, but it averaged 32. I mean, you can't beat that. I'm pretty happy with that. So, and then the other one was what was the seed consultant? I have to look on the sheet, but I think it was 32,000 I planted it at, and it was what, 32, 33. So, you know, she's pretty right there, pretty consistent, pretty happy with it. So anyway, headed up to the shop, see what's going on today. Probably not much, but it is what it is. Like, subscribe, share, and you know, I know it's boring pickup stuff today, but it's been raining, there's nothing going on, and I'm just showing you the crops and everything that's going on with it. So, see you.